Pat Williamson, local Canberra shredder, asked an interesting question, and that is a pretty important one too. Why do you think a lot of riders drop out of BMX after getting hurt? It's a good question. I see it happen a lot too. I think with BMX, there's a lot of outside pressures, you know, from parents and from wives and girlfriends and bosses and things like that. BMX is, you know, tends to be perceived as a, you know, maybe a childish act. You fell off your bike, that was stupid. You know, we're always copying outside pressure from people like that. Oh, when are you going to grow up and stop riding your bike and things like that. I've found in my life that when I've become injured, you know, no matter how bad it was, those outside pressures tend to sort of flare up from people. Man, you hurt again? Don't you think you're too old? So, you know, that could be one reason why perhaps young guys or even older guys drop out. You know, I've been into the fracture clinic on numerous occasions. You'll be sitting there feeling kind of bummed out, and you might ask the person next to you, oh, how'd you break your leg? Or they ask you actually, how'd you break your leg? And you're like, oh, I fell off my bike, and they're kind of like, oh, yeah, that's a silly thing. And then I'm like, well, how did you break your leg? Oh, I fell down a set of stairs, or I was just walking across the road, or I was out drunk. To me, like, you know, getting hurt doing something I love is a small price to pay. You're generally not hurt very often for the amount of time that you are having fun. And you know, I think that we all ride BMX because it's a challenge. It's definitely fun. Well, for me, it's a hell of a challenge. But you know, it's not easy. There's going to be times you're going to fall off, and some of those times are going to hurt. I really think it's about staying positive. Like every time I've ever been hurt, all I can ever think of is, you know, when can I get back on my bike? But yeah, keep your mind positive. Find out what you can do to get yourself back on track quicker. I've tried like lots of different things to get back on track quicker. Acupuncture, massage, physio, slept in ice bars. So if you look online, find out what the injury you have is and see what you can do for it. Yeah, get yourself back out there riding quicker. I talk to people in all different walks of life, people that have given up doing something that they loved for whatever reason, whether it be through injury or not. You know, they're giving up something they're really passionate about, you know, because of outside pressures and things. And I think, you know, it's really important to keep doing something that you love doing. I mean, if you don't love it anymore, then don't do it. But if you're feeling if you're feeling that you still have love for riding your bike, you know, get yourself better, get back on it. I personally know this one guy who had 2 knee reconstructions in 2 consecutive years. Virtually didn't get to ride his bike in between those, you know, 2 surgeries, and has now, you know, come back riding better than I've ever seen. While he was off injured, he stayed positive. You know, he was digging some trails. He was lucky he was able to. He was eating healthy, and, you know, like I say, he's come back better than I've ever seen, and that's just, you know, true testament of a positive attitude, and, you know, and I guess will to get something done. Being injured can be a lonely time. If you know a mate or something that's injured, you know, give him a buzz, see how he's doing. Maybe offer to drive him around or whatever. Stay positive, and before you know it, you might even remember you're injured, and you'll be back on your bike, and let the good times roll.